Hello, it is Friday, July 5th, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Friday crossword, so we're going to be solving what might be a bit of a tricky, themeless crossword. I hope it's not too tricky. I was up very late last night watching the election returns here in the UK. I did not get very much sleep. It wasn't wise, I know, but it was exciting. But it means I'm feeling very, very bleary. I usually save my morning cup of coffee as as a reward for having finished the crossword video first thing, but not today. I need it today. So we will see how I get on with this Friday themeless crossword. And yeah, let's just get on with it. This Friday tricky, possibly a bit bleary edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Henrik Kuskinen, Josh Lucas, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster and the incorrigible Sheeler Beeler. Thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support. They do sustain this channel. They keep it going. They make it a sustainable part of my daily work, even when I'm feeling this tired. So thank you to them for encouraging me to continue. And thanks to everybody who's a backer of the Patreon campaign at any level. I really do appreciate it. Thanks so much for your support. And thanks as well if you subscribe. Oh, and of course you can join them at, see, I'm already forgetting things, at patreon.com/dailysolve or via the description field link. You'll find there the bonus videos for patrons and for benefactors, the official Let's Check the Crosses mug. And thanks as well if you subscribe to the channel on YouTube. That is a big help. And if you'd like to join the Daily Solve Discord chat server, a nice friendly chat community, there's a link to that in the description field as well. All right, so let's get on with it now, shall we? This is a Friday themeless crossword by Trent H. Evans, who's constructed, I think, around a dozen puzzles for the New York Times. It was edited once again by Joel Felliano. And that's all there is to say. Let's start solving. Activity at a company retreat. I don't know. My very first thought is trust fall, which I've never actually experienced this kind of sort of corporate retreat, but you see it stereotypically represented in sort of, cartoons and TV shows and things, doing a kind of trust fall into a coworker's arm, but I don't know. I have no idea if that's actually the answer. Autocrat of old. Oh, maybe it is actually, because this is probably a czar, a Russian czar. Let's just put it in and see if it actually bears out at all. Billing matter. Well, you might bill someone according to a rate, so your rate could be a matter of the bill. Its film school alums include Francis Ford Coppola and Carol Burnett. This must be UCLA. I think that must be right. Is that right? Does that work here? Yeah. I was able the other night to see a screening of the Prince Charles Theatre here in London of a 4K restoration of The Conversation, which is a great film by Francis Ford Coppola. And it was attended by Walter Murch, the sound editor and supervising film editor of that film. And he did a Q&A after the film, and it was absolutely incredible. And I'm reminded of it by this because he described meeting Coppola and George Lucas and that whole crew when they were all sort of film students, I think at different schools, because I think some of them went to USC. But anyway, he had amazing recall of really specific details of the production of that film from that era. It was quite impressive. Anyway, that's a great film if you've not seen it, The Conversation. Australian-born pop singer. There is a pop singer who sometimes comes up in crosswords who's Sia, S-I-A, I think. I don't know if that's who this is. Let's see. Crossed arms or yawning, e.g. I don't know. This is looking a bit odd. Training announcement. I could absolutely have something wrong here. Tom sporting a striped coat, say. Probably a Tom cat. With a striped coat for fur pattern. But I don't know what this is. See, I already feel I'm just not thinking of things. Biota component. So flora or fauna, actually, I think this could be. Biota in the sense of, is it biota or biota? Oof. Okay, I don't even know. So let's see. But we're referring to the organic life, plant or animal life of an area, kind of its environment, and flora or fauna could be either one of those. I think would be a reasonable answer. I don't know if maybe one of those should be more obviously implicated. Oh, look at this. This is the first appearance in quite a while, I believe, of the official superfood berry of the New York Times crossword, the acai berry. We went through a period of, I would say, 1 or 2 years when this was coming up, uh, I would say, at least monthly. Haven't seen it in a while, but here we go. The acai returns in the context of an acai bowl. Okay, draw. I'm not sure. Ran point for. I wonder if trustfall is actually correct. It seems like it must be, right? Training announcement. I'm realizing I don't know how much of any of this is right. Let's put that in and see if that helps. Oh, there's also, I think, SCA, though. Is that also someone? Oof, okay. Crossed arms or yawning. This just doesn't look right to me. Training announcement. I don't know what's going on. Historical region of France that lent its name to a food. Draw. Oh, it could be draw to attract someone, to lure them. Crossed arms or yawning. I don't know what this is. French food could be brie, the cheese. It's a pretty classic French food. Biotocompo. Oh, yes, actually, that would allow this to be flora. There we go. Okay, good. So the plant life of an area. Okay, that's encouraging. Tom sporting a striped coat. Oh, tabby cat. Yes, it is a cat. Oh, good. Okay, good. So Tom meaning a male cat is why I thought that was the case, and it seems to be. So crossed arms or yawning. A sacral cup? That seems like a completely irrelevant thing here. I feel I must have something wrong. Training announcement. Oh, all aboard. I do have something wrong. Rate is incorrect. I think mensry, the legal terminology is fine, but training announcement is all aboard. So training in the sense of boarding a train, boarding, for a rail journey. And then billing matter. So what is this? Rule? I don't get what this is. Billing matter. Billing. Apologies if this is obvious. I mean, I'm sure I'm just lots of little balls are not making it through the pachinko machine up there at the moment. Australian-born pop singer. Yeah, this must be right. Social cue. Sorry. Okay, that took me ages. Apologies. Billing matter is a role. Why is that? Oh, it's top billing in a film. It's billing in a film or a play would be an actor's role. Okay, that's what it is. So I'm not necessarily top billing, but whatever billing they have in terms of the order of the list of names of the actors. Okay, ran point for right. If you ran point for a particular project or something, you could say you've led it. There we go. Okay, I think we've looked at all this finally, and it looks all fine. It looks correct at this point. My love is like, whoa, Singer 2003. I don't know. This looks like it could be maybe Maya. I'm not sure. Accessory for a snowman. A carrot, maybe? Carrot nose. Just trying to think of things that would fit in 6 letters. Savory jelly. Oh, no, this will be aspic. A kind of meat gelatin that would be used in sort of traditional cooking, various kinds. Accessory for a snowman. Don't know. Tiny cells. Alga? No, I don't think that's right. It connects to one of the heart's four valves. Atria? Aorta. That's what I was trying to think of. That's the actual word I was trying to conjure. My brain didn't deliver it to me on time. But there we go. I think that's probably right. So maybe, although maybe not. Surely these can't both be right. Tiny cells isn't going to start with AA. But these both really feel correct to me. It connects to one of the heart's four valves. That's definitely the aorta. Savory jelly, aspic. There can't be another savory jelly in 5 letters that ends with a C, surely. Maybe, though. Accessory for a snowman. Certain symbols of solidarity. Pride flags, maybe? It's a bit of a sort of wild stab given how long the answer is, but let's try it and see. Nigerian-born pop singer. Was Sade born in Nigeria? I don't know if that is the case, but I do know that her name would fit. So I'm going to try it. Tiny cell. What? Oh, this is right. This is correct. This is correct. They're tiny cells in the sense of power cells, batteries, AAA batteries. That's right. Okay, that wasn't as exciting as I maybe just made it seem. Green juice, solar energy, no, solar power. There we go. Green. So green in the sense of green, sort of environmentally friendly energy, and we can see that punny use is being indicated with the question mark pun indicator there. So what's this? Request for assistance. Oh, a little help here, maybe? A little help here, you could imagine someone saying as a request for assistance. So what about this? Accessory for a snowman. Okay. Oh, a mitten. This is Maya. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Well, there we go. Good. Fair enough. Festival with a throwback theme, briefly. A Ren fair, Renaissance fair. And I think based on the number of letters, we're going to spell it with this sort of old-timey closing E at the end of fair there. Okay, burn letters, SPF, so sun protection factor. This is on, this would be to rate sunscreen potency, I suppose. Lingering emotional damage, scars, I guess, could be metaphorically referred to in that way. Chapter and verse separators, colons. So this would be if you're referring to a Bible verse, for instance, or I guess maybe some extremely long poetry, maybe. You could separate chapter and verse with colons to indicate the passage to which you're referring. Like a dissertation defense would be delivered orally. So if you're defending your doctorate, you deliver an oral defense. Okay, to confer upon someone would be to award them an honor of some sort. A great way to be remembered would be fondly. And high and mighty, perhaps, would be having a regal bearing, a kind of royal or imperious sort of mien. Texters for real, seriously, spelled here, missing its vowels for efficiency. What 0 factorial equals? This is one of those funny mathematical, I don't know, kind of axioms that I don't think I could explain. But 0 factorial, for some reason, equals 1. Factorial is when you multiply a number counting down, multiply it by iterating down as you count to 1. So 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1, so that would be 6. But 0 factorial, interestingly, is 1. And maybe someone in the comments can concisely explain to me why exactly that is. I believe it. I just don't know that I quite understand it. They're sometimes forgiven. Loans can be forgiven, and the debt cleared. If one was behind, one owed. Oh, right, there we go. Okay, well, that's a nice little. I always appreciate these little construction flourishes. We have owed and loans crossing one another. Family Guy baby would be Stewie, and that's a character from the cartoon Family Guy. And then Cutesy Farewell. Is it Ta-Ta? Is that cutesy? I suppose. And then Bill with the 2024 book, What This Comedian Said Will Shock You. It must be Bill Maher. I'm not familiar with the book, but there we go. Big Success would be a smash hit. Okay. Yep. Big, film success or theatrical success or something. Like the FIFA and Madden video games. Well, these are both sports games for Football Association football and NFL, American football. And they are presumably rated E for everyone because there presumably isn't anything particularly spicy in terms of content in there for older folks. Rope fiber sisal is a fiber used in ropes, I know from rugs, and I presumably it seems ropes as well. So I think that's probably the answer. Okasek of the Cars. So Rick Okasek is the front man of the Cars and also an accomplished music producer in his own right. Not just for the Cars. Send up is to spoof or to... I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. Inspiration for Old Major in Orwell's Animal Farm. I don't remember the characters specifically from Animal. I mean, I read Animal Farm in middle school. I don't remember which characters were represented. I don't remember which characters represented which historical figures. But in 5 letters, this is probably going to be Lenin. Maybe. Let's see. Animal Farm, of course, being a metaphor of the Soviet Union. Let's look at this. Send up. I don't know. Oops. Protector of sailors by tradition. I don't know. Is it the moon or something? I'm actually not sure about this. I wonder if it'll seem obvious in retrospect. They're a snap to get. Catch you later. I'm not getting any of this. Passionate hobbyists. Fiends, or that's not sufficient. Or sorry, that's too many letters, is what I mean to say. It could just be nerds or something like that. Oh, actually, if it were nerds, this could be Lenin. I'm not certain Lenin is the answer, but I can't think of another candidate at the moment. So I'm going to put that in for now, and we'll see if it works. Send up. Launch. Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. Launch, as in launching a rocket. I was thinking send up in the sense of satirize or spoof, but no, that's not what it is in this case. Like Superman in his Fortress of Solitude. Well, you'd think by the nature of the fortress being of solitude, he'd be alone, so that would stand to reason, wouldn't it? Protector of sailors by tradition. Oh, no, what is it? Is it Elmo? Is that St. Elmo? Namesake of St. Elmo's fire. I don't know enough about sort of nautical tradition to be confident about this, but it feels like it might be right, because also a dark shade of brown could be umber, like burnt umber. Sort of very distinctively named crayon color that I remember from childhood. They're a snap to get. No bell, no. They're a snap to get. Kept one's partner awake, say snored. Okay, well, it's not no bell. There's certainly not a snap to get. What would this be? I don't know. I could have something wrong. Catch you later. I need to run. That's correct. So what about this? They fill a break. Ad breaks. They're snap. Oh, no-brainers are snap to, they're easy to get. Had a few of those this puzzle, but definitely also some brainers so far. Character in Genesis and the Dukes of Hazzard. I've actually never seen any sort of iteration or version of the Dukes of Hazzard. I kind of just know some of the visual iconography because it's so dispersed through cultures. So I don't know the names of the characters, but I do know there's a biblical character, Enos. So there could be a character in the Dukes of Hazzard by that name. I'm not certain this is right, but it feels pretty plausible to me. Devious snicker. So a snicker is kind of a covert laugh. So it's probably the answer there. What can I tell you? Gesture would be a shrug. Bell-shaped lily. Sego is a lily. So does that work with this? Like some dichotomous questions. Yes-no questions are dichotomous in the sense that they have only two valid answers. Forming a dichotomy. Gets excited would be psychs up. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. Oh, I'm surprised. Is that really right? Do we spell it like that? Maybe it's spelled without an E at the end. Psychs up. I feel as though this must be the answer. Let's look at this. Beethoven's Cry. I think this probably just... I think Beethoven is being used as maybe very, very, very light misdirection, perhaps, and you're meant to think about something musical specifically, but I think it's just referring to the German language generally. And so a German cry is ach. So there we go. Road blank. Road... I don't know. It's too vague for me at the moment. Will Hunting's expertise in Good Will Hunting. Is it as simple as math? I mean, his character is a sort of math prodigy. I don't know if you can still be called a prodigy at that age, but a sort of person we're meant to understand is quite gifted in that department. I don't know if there's something more specific, like calc or something for calculus, but there's no indication of an abbreviation actually in this clue, so this is probably the answer. Oh, and that works with Sykes, so that's probably right. Road blank. Road, I don't know. Officially inducted in mob lingo. Maid, right. You hear about a made man, someone who's kind of inducted and as a full member of the mafia and therefore have the accordant protection. Dylan's It Blank Me Babe. It Ain't Me Babe. Bob Dylan. Hard Fall. Is that right? I'm not actually even sure if this is right. Let's look at the crosses. Time to Light It Up. Detonate now or something? Time to light it. It sounds like maybe someone is calling for an explosion to be triggered. I'm not actually sure. Time to light it up. Oh, let it rip or something? Or let's something? Road Atlas, maybe. A book of maps? That could be it. So does that work with this? March, who hosted the $64,000 question. Right, okay, this is a classic game show. Another show I've never seen any version of. There may well have been a modern version as well, I'm not sure. But if so, it's unfortunately not going to be any more helpful to me. It looks like it could be Mel or Sal. I'm not sure. To an annoying degree. I'm not sure about this. I'm pretty confident about Maid. Hard Fall. I don't know. Don't know any of these. Okay, poor mark. Could be a mark in the sense of grading an exam or a paper. So it could be a D or an F, maybe. Poor sounds more like D than F. I think F would be worse than poor. So maybe we spell out the letter D. I'm not certain, but let's try it. Take charge type. I'm not sure if this is right. Oh, but this looks good. Part of QED. Well, actually, this is the part that... No, that's not true. I was going to say the E would have been the same regardless, but F wouldn't have an E there. Okay, so part of QED is erat, quod erat demonstrandum, which Latin phrase used to indicate sort of, thus it's been demonstrated. You'd say that after having proven something. A mathematical proof, for instance. So what about this? Time to light it up. I don't know. Part of EGOT. Okay, good. This is looking good because an EGOT is a quartet of prestigious performing arts awards in the United States that includes Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. So the E of those is the Emmy, the television award. Right? Yes, I think that's right. That is right. Hard fall. Don't know, to an annoying degree. This clue is troubling me to an annoying degree. What is it? It's going to seem, this is one of those that's going to seem obvious in retrospect, I'm sure. Time to light it up. I put this in, but I'm not actually sure about that either. Okay, how do I make progress now? Take charge type. A doer. Right, that's what it is, a doer. Someone who gets things done, which I'm slowly achieving with this crossword. Hard fall. I don't know what that is. To an annoying degree. I can't tell if this ends with am, as in I am, or if it ends with a word that ends in eam, like seam or team or something. My guess would be the latter, but I'm not certain. Time to light it. Let's party. That's what it is. Let's party, you might say, to indicate time to do whatever it is we said we were going to do. Let's light it up. So gets excited. It must be psychs up. Okay. My first thought was that you'd put an E there, but obviously this is a contraction of psych, broadly speaking, from kind of psychology, dealing with just, a mental state. So I'm sure it's valid to abbreviate, to sort of contract it with or without that E. Okay. Hard fall. Storm? Oh, it is a hailstorm. Right, okay, that's what it is. It's a hard fall because hail are obviously hard little balls of ice falling from the sky. They're falling. Air Force, is it TSA? The TSA? Because they're at airports and they scan luggage and things. To an annoying degree. Road Atlas, yep, we can put that in. Dylan, this does look like it ain't, doesn't it? So what? Oh, ad nauseum. Ad nauseum is to an annoying degree. Okay, there we go. So actually we have another Latin phrase crossing part of QED, so crossing a Latin word. So this Air Force is TSA. So ad nauseum, to the point of nausea, I suppose. I mean, something's going on and on and on and on. And then March, who hosted the 50. Oh, it's Hal. Okay, that wasn't one of my guesses, but it is the answer, I believe. So let's try this and see. There we have it. And that was the Friday crossword. We've solved a themeless puzzle. Fortunately, I didn't need to apply my sleepy brain to a complex theme in this puzzle. It was themeless. So in that one respect, I got a little help here from our, well, not so much from our constructor, but I guess from the, in this case, from the nature of the schedule, the New York Times long-standing daily crossword schedule. But there we go. That was our crossword for Friday. There were some good things in here. I'm really pleased with myself, actually, for nailing trust fall, or at least from suspecting it from the beginning. It's always nice to get these kinds of compound words or phrases in this case, a phrase in there without really anything to go on. I always find that extremely helpful. And glad that Lennon bore out there. And there we go. That was the Friday crossword. I'm actually just going to cut off my commentary because I can feel myself starting to just trend towards trailing off. So there we have it. Thanks for bearing with me. That was the Friday New York Times themeless puzzle. Hope you enjoyed it. I will be back tomorrow with the Saturday edition of the crossword, another themeless crossword, hopefully which one I can tackle on a little more sleep. So do join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Friday. Take care.